Viewers and subscribers, welcome back to Wizard of Sports TV. I'm your host, as you know, Sports with Greg, and I know it's been way overdue, months. I haven't dropped a video, so I just want to apologize for the inconsistency, but sometimes things happen that you get thrown off track, and thank goodness back on track now. But to make up for last time, I am gonna give you guys a few topics, a few very controversial topics to discuss or debate about. Yeah, man, feel really good about them ideas, that we come up with. But just before we go any further, I just wanna say to my viewers, thanks for continuing to view my content. For those of you who are new here, hit the subscribe button and like and share. If you like the video, of course, at least I know you will. So yeah, man, continue to share the videos. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Anyways, on to the content. So before I go any further, I want to give shout outs to the teams that have won the major European titles this past season that ended. Some seasons ended 2 weeks ago, some 3, some even no, not at the moment, 2 and 3 weeks ago. Most of the seasons ended. Shout outs to Leverkusen, their first title. Inter Milan reclaiming the Scudetto. PSG doing what they do, of course, winning the French Liga. Congrats to Usain Bolt and the fellow Manu supporters, them, City win the league, and them more happy about it than they would have been if Arsenal won. Because of course they fear Arsenal so much, who haven't won the league in 20 years. But they prefer their crosstown rivals win 4 in a row, setting a new record, than Arsenal, who hasn't done so in 20 years. So congrats to Bolt and the rest of Manu friend them, and City winning the league. Yeah, man. Speaking of records, Real Madrid, El Número 15, 15 Champions League, and winning La Liga to go along with it. Congrats to them as well. And Sporting Lisbon lifting another Portuguese title. Anyways, moving on from that. Oh, by the way, 2 major soccer tournaments coming up in a week's time as well. To European Championships, Euro Championships 2024, and Copa America 2024 as well. Copa America, Jamaica will be well represented this year in that tournament. Hopefully we can get our first win in Copa America competition. Moving on, like I said, I have some very interesting topics I want to debate, some comparisons that I know is going to cause a lot of controversy, some of the, especially with the way I want to go in the debate, or the teams, or the subjects that I'm going to pick in these comparisons. The first one I want to start off with is I know most football fans, especially if you're from the 90s upward, revere Ronaldinho like he's football god to you. So my first comparison is, who is the most skillful dribbler? Is it Ronaldinho or is it JJ Okocha? For me, it's JJ. Maybe because Nigerian, there's a bit of biasness there. But if you ask me, everything that Ronaldinho does on the field, or did on the field, JJ Okocha did it. Every single thing. In terms of dribbling, that is. I'm not talking about their accolades now. So some people might come in and say, okay, but Ronaldinho won this or Ronaldinho won that. Not talking about accolades. I'm talking about strictly on-field display. Who do you consider the most skillful dribbler out of the two? Like I said, for me, it is JJ Okocha. Everything that Ronaldinho did, and I'm not even gonna go on about how Ronaldinho said, when he went to PSG, JJ taught him a lot of what he know. I'm just talking about what they did on the field because a lot of times players take ideas from other players and improve on it, make it even better. So that could have been the case in between these two, but I am gonna say JJ Okacha was was a joy to watch. Was I mean Dihno was a joy to watch too, but you could always expect something new from JJ, you know. And he was doing so from '94 World Cup. A lot of people only knew him when he played for Bolton in the English Premier League. But he was doing that kind of stuff. Well, that's the first time I saw him. '94 World Cup for the Super Eagles, a young JJ Okacha. So let me know who you think. Leave your comments in the comment section. Do you think JJ Okacha was a more skillful dribbler, or is it the football god for you in Ronaldinho? Let me know in the comment section. The next comparison. This one go make a lot of people upset. I said like probably a month before the Champions League final, and I wish I had done this video before Champions League, because after the Champions League, a lot of people now gonna say, oh, it's because of his Champions League performance, so he probably said this. But about a month before the Champions League final, I went out on a limb and said, I think Vinicius Jr. is gonna far, not by far, but he's gonna be better than what Neymar was at the end of their career. As a matter of fact, I went as far as saying in 2 to 3 years' time, especially if he wins something with Brazil, Vinicius Jr. would have, overtaken Neymar. No, I will Pauno right now upset when I hear that. Because probably after Ronaldinho R9, your next favorite Brazilian, was probably Neymar, which is quite understandable. The things that he did on the field. If right now, even though I'm making the comparison, Vinny is 23 right now, and Neymar at 23, I mean, his stats were so staggering. Not even Messi or Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo that is, at 23 had those stats, and they were doing it from they were young. I mean, Neymar at 23 had 183 professional goals between club and country. Messi had 150. Cristiano had 180. Vinny just barely reached 100 at age 23, So, for me, it's not about the stats alone right now, why I made that comparison, or why I'm making that comparison. It's just how both of them are. It's how Vinny at this age goes about his business on the football field compared to Neymar at 23. Neymar at 23 to me was just having fun, and I feel like he never got past that schoolboy stage. That little boy just enjoying in ball game and just freelancing stage of football. While Vinny on the other hand, he's taking a more business approach. He used to be like that, but I think ever since the confrontation between him and Benzema a few seasons ago at Real, when Benzema asked a teammate not to pass the ball to him because Vinny was playing for the other team. After that season, his game started to, his mentality towards the game started to mature somewhat, if you get what I'm saying. So for me, the way his game has matured at age 23 right now, he just needs to add more goals, because of course at the end of the day that is gonna count towards your legacy, and win something for his country, which I'm gonna upset a lot of Argentine fans right now. I want him to win Copa America this summer, at least cement his place in Brazil football history from now. Win something for your country, because as you all know, no matter what you win for your club, if you don't win for your country, you're not cemented in their folklore. So yeah, that the second comparison for me, like I said, is Vinny. The first one, JJ Okacha over Ronaldinho. This one is Vinny. I feel like Vinny at the end of his career, or in 3 years time, is gonna surpass Neymar as a world-class footballer. Last but not least, comparison I wanna make. This one I want, I know there's gonna be some debates on this. Liverpool 2005 Champions League comeback versus Manchester United's 1999 Champions League comeback. No, I can't make a pick in this one because both were great performances. If I was to make a pick, I would probably go against my beliefs and go with the United triumph of 99. Fact being, they were down 1-0 into stoppage time. The fourth official held up his board, 3 minutes added on. And in those 3 minutes, Man United scored 2 goals to lift the trophy. After trailing 1-0 for 90 minutes, in 90 plus 3, they were able to pull it off. Now, I was so disappointed with that game because back then I hated Manu, I hated their guts, and Bayern Munich had so many chances. I mean, Carsten Janka hit the post, Mehmet Scholl hit the post, Basler just continued running at them. I mean, Manu controlled most of the possession, but whenever Bayern got the ball and the counter attack, it was always trouble. Like I said, Mehmet Scholl, when he came on the field, Janka, Giovanni Elba, one of the most unlucky Brazilian because he could never make that team because of R9. Bastler, Stefan Effenberg. It was just a great Bayern performance and it well up until the stoppage time, and each time they got a chance, if it wasn't a post, Peter Schmeichel was in the way, preventing them from scoring. And like I said, with 10 minutes to go, Fergie introduced, what was it, Ole? Yeah, he introduced Ole. He had introduced Terry Sheringham to the game too. And it's stoppage time. To show you how much Manu was like, they were just throwing everything into the game. The equalizing goal, when they got that corner kick in stoppage time, Peter Schmeichel came up for that corner kick. That's how much they were just throwing everything, including the kitchen sink, the washtub, everything, at that game. And Teddy Sheringham equalized after that corner kick. And then, like a minute later, Ole with the winning goal. I can still hear the commentator's voice right now, after they scored that winning goal. So, yeah, there is that comeback, and then there is Liverpool 2005 in Istanbul after trailing 3-0 at halftime with double strike from the great Argentine Hernan Crespo and Paolo Maldini. I don't know what happened in that Liverpool dressing room at halftime, but it was a different team that came out in the second half. It started with their captain Steven Gerrard. He started the comeback, scoring the first goal, followed by goals from what's his name, Vladimir Smica and the great Xavi Alonso. Pulled off the comeback. They equalized in regular time, went to extra time, no goals there, and they won 3-2 on penalties. But that comeback, just like the Manu game, they could have trailed more. They could have been trailing more in regular time or before they scored, because Shevchenko got chances, Crespo got more chances. I'm trying to remember if Inzaghi was among those that missed chances, but they just, AC Milan kept on missing the chance to put the game away, and in the end it came back to haunt them. But like I said, it was a very great, inspirational fight shown by that Liverpool team, because to come back from 1-0, that's hard. 2-0 even harder, but 3-0 in a Champions League final against a very good AC Milan team, I might remind you. The likes of Kaká, Crespo, Inzaghi, I think Pirlo was on that team, Paolo Maldini. It was an exceptional AC Milan team. Not saying that Liverpool team was not good, but to show you that Liverpool team, I think, finished eight, 9 or 10, somewhere thereabout in the league that season. You know, don't quote me on that. Actually, quote me on that. They had a very poor performance in the league that season. I don't remember exactly how much they finished, but they had a very poor performance in the English Premier League that season. So, nobody was expecting them to even get to the finals, but to get to it and then win it the way they did. Exceptional is not even the word, you know. But let me know, which of those two do you think is the greatest comeback ever in Champions League history? Or even any kind of football championship game, title game? That Liverpool 2005 trailing 3-0 at halftime, or Man United 1999 trailing 1-0 with 3 minutes stoppage time held up on the board? Which do you think is the greatest comeback of all time? Let me know in the comment section. Like I said, continue to like, subscribe, and share. Until next time, stay safe. Peace. No, it's not alcohol. It's alcohol port. Bless.